Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to a brand new video of my F1 2019 modded career mode here today for round 14 of the season for the Italian Grand Prix here at Monza. If you guys missed round 13 at Belgium, then go watch the episode guys by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of your screen right now to go see exactly what happened in a race where we started from P20 on the grid after a miserable qualifying. So go check it out and see what happened in that episode. But before we jump into this one, we can see on screen we do have no rain expected this weekend. We also have no change in terms of the pecking order on the R&D chart as no one has brought any upgrades, but one thing has changed and that is the power unit. And this weekend we have got a couple of new components. We've got a brand new MG UK, we've also got a brand new energy store, and we've also got a brand new electrical system or control electronics. But we're now going to jump into qualifying here at Monza, and you can see on screen no rain expected of course, but a little bit overcast. But it's going to be an interesting session in this weekend. We are going to go for 3-1s in this qualifying session, and my best run was actually my first one, so I'm going to currently leave you guys with the lap as I'm gearing up for the start of it here, just going into the Parabolica, and we're going to see exactly what this lap is, and I'm going to let you guys enjoy the lap and the sounds of the phenomenal Monza circuit in front of the Tifosi. Enjoy the lap guys. Here we go up to the line, and the lap is going to be just shy of P1, 1/10 off teammate Danny Kvyat, who currently sits in P1. We are currently ahead of Hamilton and Russell as it stands, and we then cut on to my second attempt where I tried to be braver on the brakes into turn 1. It didn't really work as we locked up the front and the rear, and we completely missed the first corner, but I still tried to push on because, you know, there may have been a better lap there. Currently, Perez is fastest for Racing Point actually. Verstappen is only P4 for Red Bull. And just generally, it's been a bit of a surprising session as well because Vettel's up there as well. But into the chicane here, too much inside curb, and I picked up an invalidation, and that was the end of my second attempt. And running got one set of tyres left. I tried one more time on a final run in the session a little bit later on, and we actually did a good job for the first chicane. This time we didn't cut or have any lockups, but then into the left right here, once again this kind of chicane caught me out. We got a bit loose on the curb and we went to the gravel and we lost half a second, and that was kind of the end of my session. So in terms of the qualifying results though, the front row is an absolute shocker because there's not any Red Bulls or Ferraris on it. It's a Racing Point P1 and a Mercedes P2. Sergio Perez in first place, Sebastian Vettel in second, and both of those guys with Mercedes power units covered by 7,000ths of a second, an extremely close grid. Danny Kvyat as well, only 9,000ths behind Sebastian Vettel, and that top 3 or even top 4 with Max Verstappen incredibly close, like millimetrically close in terms of on-track position, and a really intense qualifying here today. But Kvyat is P3 on the second row, Verstappen P4. We're on row number 3 alongside Lewis Hamilton, who actually had a pretty good qualifying for once, and a bit of a return to form from, of course, the multiple-time world champion. George Russell only P7 in the Red Bull, with Charles Leclerc in 8th, Carlos Sainz in 9th, and Antonio Giovinazzi rounding out the top 10, which was covered by 2.5 tenths of a second. We then move into the second half of the table, and we do have Valtteri Bottas P11 ahead of Pierre Gasly in 12th. Then it's Magnussen and Hulkenberg making an all-Renault 7th row, with Albon and Ricciardo behind them. Then it's Raikkonen and Norris, with Grosjean and Stroll rounding out the top 20 in what was a very competitive grid. And if you look at the timing there, the top 13 all within 0.3 of a second, so an extremely intense qualifying, but it's only P5 for us, so we've got it all to do in the race in what seems to be a multi-car scrap for the race win. So let's jump into it and let's get racing here at Monza. Here we are then on the grid for the Italian Grand Prix, and we actually start from 4th place instead of P5. Reason being is because Max Verstappen picked up a 10th place grid penalty. So we are going to start on the 2nd row alongside Danny Kvyat behind both Sebastian Vettel and Sergio Perez. So both of the Mercedes power cars on the front row. The target is simple, really. Myself and Kvyat, we need to try and get in front, for the home fans and really showcase that Ferrari is number 1 here this weekend. And of course, with Verstappen out of the picture, there's a strong chance we could do that here today. Slipstream is going to be key, so timing the overtakes is going to be really, really important, because if you do go for a move, you've got to make sure you make it stick, and also you can pull away and break the DRS, which is going to be the big theme of this race. And in terms of race strategy, we're going to start on the soft compound tyres and then go on to the mediums later on. Very simple one-stop strategy. And fuel-wise, we are running 1.5 laps extra fuel, a little bit more than usual because this track is quite heavy on fuel consumption. Having said that, we're going to try our best, and there's definitely a good chance we can win the race. So let's jump into it and let's get racing here at the Italian Grand Prix. Here we go. Let's see if we can get off well off the line as the lights are on here at Monza. And it's lights out and away we go. Trying to get a good start here. I'm going to block off Russell straight away, but he still commits to making the move and jumps through. Currently on the inside here, I'm a little bit boxed in. I've got to be careful. We've got Sainz on the left in the McLaren, who gets also squeezed by Giovinazzi, and we're down to 9th place in what has been a horrific start from us. I can't match the AI's acceleration already. I'm really struggling to get any kind of speed. I have noticed I've got an issue with my throttle. If you look at my input, when I try to put the throttle on slowly, if you watch it in qualifying and also over the race, you'll see what I mean. But there seems to be a bit of an inconsistency with it, which is affecting me getting acceleration in both a good and a bad way, because it's giving me wheel spin as well at certain corners. But we're down to P9. It's not a good start from us, and there wasn't much I could have done. The AI just got incredible acceleration. We just got to try and improvise and somehow fight our way back through, but we are way down the order here. Luckily for us, Verstappen's behind us, but it won't take long for Max to make his way through, so we've got to try and find the pace somehow. At the minute, I'm really struggling on the straights. I'm going to put the front wing down to level 3 for the first stop, because I need more straight line speed. So yeah, you're going to see here now, I'm going to really lose out massively out of Parabolica. Giovinazzi just walks away from us, and look at this, Magnussen in the Renault is just easing onto the back of us. Now we start to pick up a bit of speed and we start to do our thing, but even then I'm running maximum power. This is going to be a very long, tough race, and I think you're going to hear me get very frustrated in this one. Oh, bit slow through there. We get a double overtake. I'm on the inside of the McLaren into Lesmo 1. We're going to give him a massive squeeze here. I don't give a crap. We're taking that. That's what I meant by having a bit of luck. Need to get those positions somehow. We're up to P7. This is going to be a very frustrating race. We've got more battling in front, so they're probably going to lose more time here. So we'll get another chance to maybe get some more momentum and make a move. There's debris flying off multiple cars. Wing damage, I believe a racing point. I think Fiat's okay, which is good. Here comes Magnussen. He's following me through here. He's got a lot of pace in that Renault. We're going to go into Parabolica here. I'm going to go down the inside of Charles Leclerc. Side by side on the exit. Slight bit of contact there. As I understeer wide into him. Luckily for us, we don't have wing damage, but look at this. Magnussen again is going for the move. Now we're going to open DRS and we get to stretch our legs a little bit. Down to turn 1, this ain't going to end well. I can't really brake late because everyone's kind of taking up the racing line, so we've got to be patient. We're up to P6 now though. Easy does it. Looks like Perez has broken away out front. I think it's Perez in the racing point. He's by himself. Looks like we're going to be okay for now, as we now begin to try and make a move on Russell. Russell wing damage there against Sebastian Vettel. He hits the back of him, and now he's going to go defensive into Lesmo. We're going to hang back and wait. We're going to try and get him as we pick up a warning for track limits. Through Lesmo 2 we go. Right, let's turn the engine up. Let's see if we can get him here. I struggle at first, but then we start to get closer. We use the straight line speed into Ascari on the brakes down the inside. Nice move. Job done. Sebastian Vettel up next in the Mercedes. Let's try and hunt him down. But what a difference now. When the AI turn their engine down, it's a bit more possible for me to race, which before it wasn't. You know, it was literally impossible for me to race these guys. At least now we can actually have a bit of fun. I can see already from here the racing point is missing a front right end plate, so Let's see if we can get a move here. Sebastian Vettel, will he have DRS on the racing point? Yes, he does, but we can still maybe challenge him into turn 1. We're picking up speed, 365 Ks, but it's not going to be enough. I have to hand back for now. All over the back of Seb here, we've got him going defensive into Lesmo, number 1, so we'll just, you know, play our cards right and be patient. I wonder if Seb also has wing damage. That was a horrific second Lesmo, missed the apex by a mile, but we are going to get the momentum here. It's going to be the exact same move as last lap, but this time we should be able to get it done before the corner. Sebastian Vettel with wing damage, so that's going to make things very easy for us. Now let's try and get past Lewis Hamilton, who also has wing damage, so let's turn the engine up. Let's try and get into DRS range if possible to close the gap a bit quicker. And then we'll be in 3rd place, hopefully. You can visually see how Hamilton's struggling through the corners. We made up a heap of time there. And to be fair, we may be able to challenge here. Hamilton won't have DRS. We may get a chance into turn 1. The racing point is bloody fast on the straight, but we're faster at the minute. Here we go. We're going for this. Around the outside. Yes, what a move. Fantastic overtake. We needed that. Job done. Up to 3rd place. And a 2-3 for Ferrari. That's good enough for me. And Kvyat's broken away. So if I can just drop Hamilton out of DRS range, it's going to be a nice peaceful race for us. I don't like my throttle though. It doesn't feel good. It's part of the reason why I kept messing up in qualifying. I don't feel confident putting the power down because of the issue where it's spiking. Hopefully I'll get it sorted in the next couple of days. But for now, pace seems good. Now that we're not being distracted by, you know, DRS or slipstream battles, or the AI going for ridiculous moves, we're now looking a bit more competitive. And in clean air, we seem to have the pace. And also Kvyat is catching Perez, so I think the 3 of us might bunch up here, which is good. So there's still a chance for that Ferrari 1-2, which is exactly what I'm hoping for. At the final corner, personal best this is going to be. Not the fastest of the race, but good enough. Let's keep this pace up, this is good. Right, we're going to pit next lap, lap 11, but let's see if Perez or Kvyat bite the bullet and pit this lap. Into parabolica we go. We're all bunching up slowly.
Okay, we're starting to see a bit of tyre wear. You shouldn't have too much trouble for the time being, but the grip is going to start falling away.
Yeah, the tyres don't feel great.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
We are indeed.
Caution, the virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta.
Interesting. That's going to give us a chance to save a bit of fuel in the RS, which is good. Not quite sure what that's happened for though, because I haven't seen a retirement confirmed just yet. Well, there we go. There's the restart. Still no confirmation of a retirement.
Don't forget, box this lap.
But yeah, we're going to pit this lap. So last push.
Green flag.
And we're going to box in. We're going to go for the medium tyres and also get a turn of front wing to make the car a little bit quicker on the straights. Perez pits. Kvyat stays out. Get it all slowed down. Do not speed. There we go. Job done. Right then. We can still win this. It's still a 1-2 possible if we play our cards right. Of course, the famous saying. Here we go.
Go now.
Really strong stop, 1.9. More cars in the pits behind us, but that was a great stop from us. Let's see if we can hopefully see Perez in a bit of traffic. That would be good for us.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Okay, Perez is just behind Bottas in front, or they're side by side at least. Looks like he's behind him for now, which is good. So that will just cost him a little bit of time, which is good for us and good for Kvyat as well, of course, who's staying out. Right, turn the engine up. We're going to go flat out on this out lap to really give us some serious pace. Right, Kvyat's in the pit lane currently. Perez lost a lot of time battling Bottas. Bottas on the medium tyres, so he's going long, at least for a couple more laps. Let's see where we are though, once Kvyat rejoins.
Caution.
Yellow flag. Not sure what happened now as Bottas is slowing down. That's going to make it very easy for us, and Kvyat rejoins just behind Perez.
Okay, clear.
But we're all a lot closer. As I have a huge lock-up, it's game on.
Getting some information on Bottas. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Yep, Bottas is out. Clearly electrical because there was no smoke. But either way, the race is on now. Us three are much closer. This should get very tasty as we approach half race distance. Right, we're going to clock up a personal best on this one. Got faster as the lap went along.
Yellow flag.
There's Bottas still on the side of the racetrack as we go by. Okay, the battle is going to begin now.
Green flag.
Both myself and Kvyat could be within DRS of each other and behind Perez within this lap. Another improvement and another personal best. This should get us into the 117s. And it's a new fast lap of the race. And we have DRS on Kvyat. So we did just enough. This is it now. It's going to get very tasty. A little bit faster on that lap. Just by 0.004 of a second. But still enough. Feels like Kvyat's just struggling to make the last bit of the gap up to Perez and get within DRS. As we're starting to show our pace. The adjustment to the front wing has made a massive difference. And the car's working really well. So I'm going to have 1 or 2 laps where I sit behind and try and save a bit of fuel in the RS because I'm quite low. And then we'll try and make a pass and get after Perez. We'll try and use Kvyat like a slingshot to try and bunny hop and get ourselves into Perez's DRS straight away. So that's the aim. At the minute, I'm struggling a little bit more for pace. Feels like the AI picked up their own pace a little bit, but also they're really good on their acceleration at the minute. So I can't get anywhere near Kvyat when it comes to the end of the straight, because he pulls away such a massive gap at the start of the straight. You'll see here again, this is a good example of it. Kvyat just walks away, literally just disappears. Like, it's just such a huge gap. I can't make that up with DRS, it's too much. I can't see us closing down Perez at the minute. The gap's just not changing, it's actually going up a little bit lap by lap. And Kvyat is holding me up a little bit in certain areas, but in others he's not. I can't get close enough, you know, with acceleration to really get a run on him. He gets enough of a gap on the straights that I can't challenge. You see what I mean now as we exit the Parabolica. I'll get nice and close under braking to get within range, but he just walks away from me under acceleration and I'm too far back. I ain't got enough straight to make this move happen, unfortunately. You'll see now, even at my best, I'm hitting 365 Ks. I've been studying it lap by lap, but I just run out of straight. I can't get close enough. It's really frustrating, but that's Monza for you. And also that's AI being badly coded for, you know, being overpowered on traction. Again, you'll see him walk away there. Nothing I can do. I had a pretty good exit, but again, we're too far back. I just can't see it happening. I think I'm going to focus on trying to get a move on Kvyat somehow. The win's off the table, as Hamilton and Verstappen exchange fastest lap, so we've lost the extra point there, which is okay. I'm not too fussed about that. I'm just looking at the bigger picture here. Verstappen's behind us, that's all that matters. So for me, if I can get P2, I'll be happy, but I can't see us winning, unfortunately. Not me anyway, maybe Kvyat can, but I can't. Very close this time. If I can just get the power down, I'm getting a lot of dirty air, but we are closer. It's one thing now getting the move done. Can we stay in front though? For the rest of the race, that's going to be the true test. Here we go. 365 Ks, we're gaining. We're going to pull to the outside right at the last second. Kvyat very late on the brakes, but we're going to go around the outside all the way. There we go, job done, but we're not out of the woods just yet. Trying to get some decent traction to stay in front, but Kvyat's going to come back at us here. Luckily for us, we're up to speed, so we should be okay. Now, can we drop him and try and hunt down Perez somehow? Oh, that's not good. Second corner cut warning there. Got completely out of shape on the grass. I think Kvyat's going to return the favour here. He's got DRS, he's gaining slowly but surely. I think he might just run out of straight. Yes, he will. So we stay in front for now. I'm just not confident getting this gap to Perez down, unfortunately. I think me and Kvyat might keep battling and lose time. I need to try and find pace somehow and drag Kvyat with me. That's the best chance we've got, but I don't think I can do that. Kvyat's right on my arse. There's no chance I'm staying in front this time. Here he goes to the outside, side by side down to turn 1. It's going to be a drag race. I don't really have the fuel for this. Oh, the confidence in the braking. Kvyat makes the move. Come on, come on. Traction battle.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
No chance, forget it. Look at that. No chance. Exact same car as me, and I can't get that kind of traction, but we are going to try and re-challenge. Kvyat goes right across on me. We're going to go all the way around though. Inside for the next one. There we go. It's a great scrap between the two Ferraris. Kvyat again getting the momentum with the traction. We're going to hold the inside though of Lesmo 1. Squeeze him off. Kvyat right on my gearbox already. He's literally about to pass me even before the DRS. I've got no rich mix left, so I can only use the DRS now. And we're on the outside for turn 1. Here comes Daniel Kvyat. He's got the inside line this time. One in a bit hot on the brakes. We're trying to get the switch back. I just can't get any traction compared to the AI, man. It's so annoying. Oh, God. Kvyat's got his engine turned up. I can't keep up at the minute. He's dropping me and I can't respond. I mean, I'm responding, but it's not enough. I just don't have enough. You can see how close I was and how much he's pulled away on the straight alone. I just can't keep up. I'm on for a personal best as well, but it's just not enough. We're done out here. Last lap, I don't think I'm getting this. I think it's P3. I'm trying my hardest here. Personal best sector 2. But it's just not going to be enough. I'm on for an even quicker lap this time. I'm nearly 2 turns up on my previous best, but the AI have got their engine turned up when that happens, like on the first few laps of the race. I'm just a passenger. Final corner. Perez is going to win. And it's going to be a 2-3 for us, which I'll take, but it's not the perfect result as Kvyat picks up the fastest lap.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
That was brilliant stuff from Racing Point today. What a superb victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The Racing Point team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved first-place finish.
Right, so looking at the final race results then here for the Italian Grand Prix. Sergio Perez is the unlikely winner, and a very surprising one actually. I didn't expect that coming into the race weekend, but he bounces back from a pretty poor season and also scores some big points for Racing Point here today. It's a 2-3 finish for both Ferraris, but none of them on the top step as Kvyat gets P2, we get P3, and I'm going to say that was a disappointing race for me. You know, I really didn't enjoy that, but it was out of my hands, so I really couldn't do much. You know, my pedals playing up, but also the AI traction around here is just horrific. How strong they are, it's just unbelievable. But Magnussen P4, really good result for him in the Renault. Charles Leclerc P5. Sebastian Vettel P6 in the Mercedes. A disappointing race in the end for him. Lewis Hamilton P7 in the second Racing Point. Verstappen recovers to 8th. Russell in 9th. And Hulkenberg scores the final point for Renault. Outside of the top 10 we have Giovinazzi, Norris, Sainz, Gasly, Albon, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Stroll, Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas, the only retirement of the Grand Prix here today. In terms of the driver standings, going into Singapore, we extend our lead over Verstappen and we are 43 points clear of the Dutchman going into the race at Marina Bay. Kvyat is P3 and he's now got a comfortable gap over Russell after constantly exchanging positions every race with him. He's now got a bit of breathing space, and Perez with that race win jumps past Bottas and Vettel up to P6. In terms of the constructors finally though, we are 66 points clear of Red Bull and we extend the gap massively going into Singapore, and the European season ends and things are looking good for us going into, you know, both championships really. It looks like we're in a very strong position, and then Haas overtake Alfa Romeo there for P6. But guys, that is going to be it from this video and this episode of Career Mode here today. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like and subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content on the channel. Also, turn on notifications, guys, to not miss any videos from me. And finally, check out these two videos on your screen if you have missed them. But that is it from me here today at Monza at the Temple of Speed. And I'll see you guys in the next one very soon for the Singapore Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.